Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here on this really cold, miserable Melbourne evening. Tonight's webinar is something that I am so unbelievably passionate about. The title, No One is Coming to Save You, is something that the first time that I saw it, it triggered me big time. And it took a little while for me to realize why. And as I sort of looked into it a little bit more, it was that I was at a point that I was unhappy with the life that I was living at that particular time, but I was really scared of doing something about it. I was hoping that someone would come with an option, that someone would have all my answers and would come and figure it all out for me, someone that would fix it for me, that someone would come to save me. And of course, in reality, that didn't happen, and it wasn't going to happen. Everyone's living their own life, and that's a great thing, that everyone's got their own things going on, that no one's coming to save you. If you want to change your life, you've got to do it yourself. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the ways that we don't, or the stories that we're telling ourselves, and the habits that we get stuck into that make us continue to live the lives that we're currently living. But unless we change our thoughts and our actions, we're not going to get change in our lives. You've got to change the situation that got you to where you are, because otherwise it's going to keep giving you more of the same. So I'm going to go with a warning. As I said, this is something that I'm insanely passionate about in helping people to really have a closer look at what's going on, and I can support them in any way possible to really strive towards that goal, to help them achieve the life that they really want. So with that passion, I'll come with a warning that I might swear in this video, and I apologize to anyone that offends. But yeah, as I say, this is something that is so close to my heart. And I believe truly that everyone has a desire to do something more than they're currently doing. Everyone has a desire to live a life that's bigger than their current. And this is a really good time to be looking at this as well. As we get towards the end of the year, it'll be the 1st of December on Sunday. As we get towards the end of the year, it's a really good time to have a look at, how did 2019 go? What did we achieve? And what didn't we achieve? What did we set out that it was too hard, or, our circumstances didn't allow for it, or whatever the excuse might be? What didn't you achieve? And of course, spend a lot of time focusing on what you did achieve. Be really proud of that. Every win is such a really powerful thing. Be really proud of that. But I ask you to always, also focus on what didn't go to plan. What didn't you achieve? And as we get towards New Year's Eve, the thought of New Year's resolutions, it comes to mind, and we set them, and come February, are you still striving towards them? Are you still doing the things that you said you'd do? A couple of years ago, I actually said to myself, oh my God, New Year's resolutions are so ridiculous. No, I'm not doing them. I'm not setting one. And the reason I was at that point was that I had set them in the past, and, it was probably even sooner than February. I had already given them all in. I didn't have the strength or the determination to continue with it. I didn't believe that I could have it, or that I didn't try hard enough to change, the habits that had made me making the decisions that I was. So I figured, well, I was going to fail anyway, so why even bother trying? Thank goodness, things have certainly changed by there, and setting goals is something really, really important to me. It is, something that I do all the time. I've got my little goals that I'm working towards, and then I've got my big mammoth goal that I am taking one step towards every single day. But quite often when we set that big goal, we see it's so far above where we are currently, it seems completely unachievable. It looks like a big, giant staircase. It looks too hard. It looks completely out of our reach. So we stop trying. We don't go there, and we get completely detached. And sometimes we don't even try. We don't even take that first step because, sure, I'd love that, but it's something I'm never going to have. And that's rubbish. Of course you could have it. If you want it, you are meant to have it. If we look at it, that we're going to take the actions step by step. Don't focus on the up here when you're down here. Focus on the next little step and the next and the next, and then you will get so much closer. Then it will be completely achievable. But we need to be willing to take that first step. The good thing is that once we take that next step, the ones after that get even easier. But the challenging thing is that along the way, we're going to self-doubt. We're going to get really scared. We're going to have, fear come in, and those little chatters in your mind that say, you can't do that. What are you talking about? Why did you even aim for that? You're crazy. And if we're not careful, they can become our reality, and they can get in our way of trying. And they can make take a step back, and we gradually take more and more steps away from our dream. And so the further away we get, the more steps we take in the wrong direction, the further away our dream is, the more unachievable it is. And then we look at it and go, oh my God, that was ridiculous. There's no way I'm going to ever do that. I'll just stay where I am. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing because that's all I'm capable of. That's all I'm meant to do. And why do we do that? We do that because our current reality is comfortable. It's what we know. If we want to strive towards something different, something better, it's going to be scary. And we're going to have to change our thoughts and our actions. We've got to change everything to take that new step towards our goal. Because we cannot continue with the same steps that we've been taking, because that's just going to get us the same results. If you continue to get out of bed late, if you continue to eat unhealthy foods, and then you complain about, being so sluggish and tired and, oh, I can't do that, I've got no energy. If you continue to not look for a new job and then complain about your current job, if you continue to not ask for a raise that you think you deserve at your job, you continue to allow people to treat you poorly, you allow yourself to stay in unhealthy relationships, every single one of those decisions take you one step further away from your goal. So the more those steps that we take that are comfortable, the further away we get and the less likely we are to achieve it. So we check out. We just go through the mundane, living our lives, and we complain along the way because we're not happy at where we want to be, but we haven't taken the steps to get closer. The comfort is a really, really strong hold. It's almost paralyzing because fear is that need for control, is that need to know what's coming next. When we are comfortable, we know what we're getting. We know what we're in for. And sometimes people are so attached to who they have been that they're unwilling to move forward to who they could be. They're so attached to their past that they are not willing to let go and to step into their future. And maybe some people are saying, that's easy for you to say. You don't understand what I've been through. You don't understand where I've been. And yeah, that's right. I don't. But every single person has been through something at some stage in their lives. Yes, they might be varied on the level of severity, but that all depends on your perception. Every single person has had a struggle in their life. Life is not a bed of roses, and it's not meant to be. Every single person has been through a tough time. The only difference is that those who have achieved their goals and those that have not is the willingness to learn from their challenges and take the step towards their goal, in spite of their difficult times. That's the only difference. That they were willing to learn from their challenges. And in spite of those challenges, they were going to strive for their goal anyway. Because the difficult times aren't meant to hold you back. They're meant to be life lessons. There is a lesson in every single experience. And that's yours to learn. Because our challenges only make us stronger. We don't truly know what we are capable of until we overcome a challenge. Our challenges are our greatest gift. And that's your choice to how you want to view them, and if you are willing to learn those lessons. I challenge you now to change your perception about the difficult things that you've experienced in your life. Instead of focusing on how hard it was or the many ways that you might have suffered, focus on the lessons that you learned. Focus on the things that you achieved when others said that you couldn't. Focus on the ways that that experience changed you for the better. Be grateful at the hard times, because without them, you wouldn't be the person that you are today. Without them, you would have no idea of what you're capable of. And you've only just touched the surface. There is so much more that you're capable of, that if you are willing to start the process, if you are willing to look at it, then you'll start to get the picture of what you are truly capable of. The universe needs you exactly as you are. And your life lessons is how you got to be who you are. You are meant to do great things in the world. And the strength that you have developed through the good times and the bad is going to help you get there. I encourage you to feel the fear. I mean, really, really feel it. When you think about what you could really do, what you really want, I ask you to feel that fear and to do it anyway. Keep working towards that fear. Because when you've got something that you're both so fearful and excited about, that is what you are meant to be doing. That is why you're here. If you don't push yourself, you don't get any better. If you don't push yourself, nothing changes. And if you're happy with going through things at the moment, just the way they are, then that's totally fine. But I'd really suggest you dug a little bit deeper. Are you really happy? Are you really happy limiting yourself to what you're experiencing right now? To achieve more, you have to change your attitude. Your attitude is your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. You have to have the determination to continue to work through your goal, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable. Because if you're really pushing yourself, it will be uncomfortable most of the time. I can guarantee that. And in time, you get used to feeling uncomfortable. You get used to that feeling. And it's like a little torch. It guides you where you're meant to go. Because all you have to do is take the next step in the right direction. You don't have to climb the mountain all in one day. Every step is an achievement. Every step is what you should be aiming for. The journey is what we're here to enjoy. The destination is great, but the journey is just as important. And sometimes I hear some people say, but I don't know what I want. And quite often they'll say that just after they have been whinging about all the things that are going wrong in their lives, or how, that person cut them off in traffic today, or how they're so unfulfilled in their job, or how much their situation sucks. But then they say, I don't know what I want. Of course you know what you want. You're just not willing to see it. You're just not willing to be vulnerable and go there. Because somewhere deep down inside you, you know what you want. You know what you were born to do. You already know your potential. Everything that you need is already inside of you. You've just got to be willing to see it. You need to let it out. You need to find out who you really are. And the only way you're going to do that is to keep challenging yourself, is to keep facing your fears and going there anyway, so that you learn, so that you grow, so that you take that next step towards the big goal. I can guarantee that your life's purpose wasn't to get a job that you don't like, to pay the bills, to grow old and die. I can guarantee that that is not why you're here. It's not even close. And yet, that's what's comfortable. That's where we sometimes find ourselves. That's what we settle on because that's what we think we are capable of. I know that you are meant for so much more than that. The only question is, are you willing to look deeper? Are you willing to explore what you really want? Because that's the first step. You were born to change the world. You were born to make the world a better place. The only question is, are you willing to do it? Sometimes we come up with so many excuses, and this is to help us return to the comfort. If we don't have what we want, we tell ourselves a story. And this is something that I saw in a video at sometime recently from Tony Robbins. We tell ourselves a story. We say, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, and that's bullshit. It's because you haven't committed yourself. It's because you haven't been willing to do what it takes to get yourself to where you want to be. He said, imagine you're on an island and then burn the boats that got you there. Those boats are the thoughts and behaviors that have got you to where you are currently. They are not going to get you to where you want to be. When we are given a decision to either succeed or die, most of us succeed. So when we burn those boats, we only have one option. We only have the choice to succeed. But most of us give ourselves a way out. And that's why we don't have what we want. Most of us give ourselves an excuse, or we give ourselves a way out as something else that we'll do. You need to have faith in yourself. You need to have faith that no matter what happens, everything will be okay. Because you've got this. You've totally got this. Everything that has come before you has given you what you need to be the best version of yourself as you move forward. Those things can help guide you, but you need to learn new skills along the way. You need to be continuing to allow those past experiences to only guide you, to not control, to guide. They are lessons, but they are not all that you need to step into your future. You need to believe that you can do anything You need to know that you have no limitations. Believe in your big dreams because they're yours for taking. You are meant to have them. If you want them, you are meant to have them. But the only thing that's standing in your way is you. And know that it might not happen in the way that you envisaged, in the way that you want it to. But you need to trust that that's part of the journey and that it's going to happen. It's a guarantee. If you keep taking one step in front of the other, you are going to achieve your goal. It is not negotiable. The only thing that's standing in your way is you. So the question you need to ask yourself is, are you ready to work towards what you were born to do? Are you ready to start being committed to yourself and where you are going? While you're thinking about these questions, I've got a little activity for you. Before we can start taking those steps, we need to really form a goal. And we need to form a goal that we are so passionate about. Now, these are not the little goals that you might set on for a New Year's resolution. They're not the little goals that you set for yourself that you think you can achieve, that you think that you're capable of. The little goals that you've set where your success is almost guaranteed. That is not what we're doing. Those are the little goals that you set because you are too scared of failing if you set up a bigger goal. They're not goals. They're little ideas. They're tiny, tiny little things that we set for ourselves because we're so scared of failing. But really, failure can only happen if you stop trying. That is the only way. So if you promised yourself that you won't stop trying, then you can't fail. It's not possible. When I'm saying set goals, I'm talking about the kind of goals that both scare and excite you all at the same time. I'm talking about the goals that if you told anyone, you would almost be sick. I'm talking about the goal that puts you in a whole new experience of fear. To grow, you need to stretch yourself. And I mean really stretch yourself. So if you're watching the replay right now, pause this video and go and grab a pen and piece of paper. For those of you that have joined me live right now, hello and thanks for joining me. Grab a piece of paper and a pen if you've got one close by, or do this activity as soon as this video continues. You want to keep this momentum, this vibration, continue it as soon after. For those of you that are watching the recording, welcome back after you pushed pause. And I want everyone to get really, really comfortable. Make sure you're warm enough. And, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. And that you're in an environment that you won't be disturbed. This is not something to share with anyone. This is something just for you. Once you're comfortable, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Hold it for 2 seconds and let it out. We're going to do the same thing again. Take a nice deep breath, hold it, and as you let it out, allow yourself to make a big noise. We're going to do the same again. Big breath in, hold it, and this time you're going to make an even louder noise. Let it all go. Let it all out. Now return your breath to normal and close your eyes. Move your thoughts out of your head and into your heart. Trust that when you ask a question, the first answer that comes is the right one. Don't overthink it. Don't analyze it. Stay connected to your heart and just be. Spend a little bit of time really feeling this. Every thought that comes out, get rid of it. It's not needed right now. You can come to that later. When you're ready, open your eyes, pick up your pen and piece of paper, and I ask you to write down, what do you want? What do you really want? Write everything down that comes up. Don't think about it, just do it. Just write. Write every little thing that you want. There are no limitations. Don't stop yourself at what you think you can have or what you think you're worthy of. Write everything. Take as much time as you need to do this, and just pause the video if you need, if you're watching the replay. I'll give you a couple more moments to write anything else that comes up. And when you're ready, we'll move on to the next question. If you could be and do anything, what would it be? Again, don't think about it. Just write down whatever comes up and trust that the right answers are coming to you right now. Think further than what you think you're capable of. Put down everything. Take as much time as you need to do this. Again, pause the video if you need. Ask you to really go deep. Really write down everything that comes up. And once you've finished, use your wants and who you want to be to form a goal. Keep it big. Don't change it down to what you think is more realistic or more achievable. Don't alter it in any way. Use those wants and who you want to be to form your big, big goal. And once you've got it, what's the first step that you should take towards getting it? Remember, you just need one step at a time. It doesn't need to be massive. One step at a time. And when are you going to do that step? By what point? By what day are you going to do it? And how are you going to keep yourself accountable to make sure that you do? Are you going to tell someone? Are you going to put a note on the fridge? Hey, send it to me. I'll keep you accountable. That first step is huge. It is your first step towards a goal. And good on you for setting the goal. Because every time you commit to taking a step, it's one step closer. It's one step closer to everything that you want. You are meant to have it. If this is something that you'd like to do a little bit more of, send me a message. So I work one-on-one with clients to dream big and to show them how to live the life that they want, to show them how to change the daily habits that has got them to where they are at this point. show them how to look after themselves while so that they've got the energy and everything that they need to be working towards these goals. So I work one-on-one with people to help them get towards achieving everything that they want. You are not put on this earth just to work, to pay bills, to die. There is so much more inside you that needs to be let out. So I'd love to talk to you a bit more about your goal. Anyone who's willing to share, pop them in the comments. Let me know what you've got out of tonight. And I'd encourage you to do more of this, to keep going deeper, to keep aiming higher, to keep stretching yourself. Because that's what we're meant to do. So I thank you so much for those of you that joined me live tonight. For some reason I can't see the comments, so I will deal with them later. And for those of you who are watching the replay, put a comment in there. Send me a message. Let me know how this went. And for any of you who would like to work with me, I would be absolutely honoured. Let's have a call and see whether we would make a good team. You are meant to have your dreams, and I am so excited to have shared tonight with you. So enjoy the rest of your evening or rest of your day wherever you are in the world. I am so honoured and grateful to have had you here. So look after yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye.